This elm tree is 300 years old. It grows on the main square in Campo de Mela, a small village south of Rome. The residents of the village don't grow to be quite that old, but they are still astonishingly long-lived. Every fifth person here is over 80, and reaching 90 is nothing special. At just 74, Umberto Brunetti is a spring chicken. To keep in shape, he works in his garden nearly every day.
It's called garden therapy. That means I pursue this one thing passionately, and I'm always moving around, working here, raking there. I don't have any running water either. I have to fetch it from the spring to pour it on the ground. It's pretty exhausting.
Most of the streets in Campo de Mela are actually stairs. Taking a walk is serious exercise here. Everyone knows exertion strengthens muscles and joints, but as you grow older, the danger rises of having a serious fall. Every second person over 80 falls at least once a year, according to Ellen Freiberger. The sports scientist from Erlangen calls it the silent epidemic. Taking a tumble is generally chalked up to clumsiness. Science has devoted little time to the phenomenon. Here she's in the lab with a pensioner. Freiberger is checking Traudl Henning's sense of balance. How much shaking or vibration can she cope with? If your balance gets worse with age, a fall is the likely outcome.
I've already broken an ankle twice, so I know exactly what I have to watch out for.
Because you fell?
I fell once, and the second time, 9 years later, I slipped on the ice, same foot.
Strength is another issue. Older people need it to keep from falling when they stand up too quickly.
If you don't have the strength to stretch out your other leg, you can't catch yourself. That's what we've just checked with this test.
Freiberger has developed a special training program using the data she's collected. Her goal is to help improve safety for the aging, especially in everyday situations. The first results are positive. After a year and a half of training, the test subjects fall less frequently.
When you're a child, falling is about testing your limits in order to improve coordination. But for an older person, falling limits your possibilities, and the results of a fall are also very different. The injury rates are different.
And falls are not just painful and debilitating, they're also costly. Treating broken thigh bones costs the German health system an estimated 2 billion euros a year. Freiberger works together with doctors and researchers. Her goal is to set up a Train the Trainers program to educate coaches for seniors. Long term, she'd like to see fall prevention courses given all over the country. As we age, our bones become more and more brittle, and taking certain medicines can accelerate the process, says Jan Tuckerman. The biologist from the Leibniz Institute for Age Research in Jena says healthy bones strike a balance between building up and breaking down tissue. Working with mice, he has discovered that bone replenishment is suppressed by certain substances. That causes the bones to atrophy. One trigger for this process could be cortisone. Older people often take the steroid to treat the symptoms of conditions like arthritis.
Here you see a normal bone that's filled with what are called bone trabeculae, small rod-like structures that act as support structures. They are decisive when it comes to bone stability. If an animal is treated with cortisone, then, just like in people, the number of trabeculae drops, and that destabilizes the bone.
To examine the bones of a test mouse, he anesthetizes it and runs a CT scan. Tuckerman has already looked at molecular switches in their cells, in particular a special receptor for cortisone. If scientists could work out how to make the hormone dock there, and only there, then it would continue to be an anti-inflammatory, but wouldn't promote bone loss.
That's interesting for pharmacologists who want to develop improved cortisone therapies aimed precisely at this molecular switch.
The research is helping to improve our knowledge of one small aspect of the complex aging process. Here under the elm tree in Campo de Mele, they view it in a different light. They say that aging well is in their blood. Researchers suspect they might be right, that it has a genetic basis. After all, most of the villagers are related to one another.
Our 65-year-olds, and many other people who are even older, mostly have blood pressure levels similar to those of 25 to 30-year-olds. And many of them have cholesterol levels that are far below that of what the average Italian has.
Many of the locals say there is a non-scientific reason for their good health.
Jesus Christ. He takes care of us and keeps us well.
There are lots of answers, but it will take many more years of research to solve the mysteries of aging.